Hello, my name's Chris and I'm the director here at Lightbulb Web Design. I'd like to show you through our demo website for schools and academies to let you have a look through some of the technologies and features within and show you how it all works and how easy it is for you and your staff to keep updated and managed. So although the front end of this is literally a demonstration site, we've got a few sections that we can look at where we've got key information links, quick links through to important things that people want all the time. So latest news feed, and at the bottom, although this is not completed, we've got sections for quick links and easy access to information and external links, perhaps such as your email and any staff platforms and pupil platforms that they may use on a regular basis. So all of the website is managed from an administration login, and we can set this up so that each of your staff that may need access to this can only access the areas that they need to in order to keep things up to date for what they need to be looking at. So all of the pages you can see here are all considered what I call a static page. So every single of those pages are within the Page Builder Pro tool. And we can look through the list of these, example the home page, and click these to edit. And they're all laid out here in what I kind of call the structural editor. So the rows and columns and sections match what are laid out on the home page at the front. So for example, I've got a heading here and some underlined text and some buttons. In the back end, I've got the heading, some animated text and the buttons, and I can click the little pencil icon on any of these to quickly edit them. And as soon as I save that, that would then be live on the front end of the website. You can also, if you prefer to, we can also edit any of these on the front end editor. So some people prefer to edit things visually, and as long as you're logged in, you can. So I now get the same sort of tools as I had on the back end, except now I can literally double click into the actual sections and see exactly what's going to change there, and again save at the top, and as soon as that's saved, that's then live on your front end of your website. So I can do that for any of these. I can click an image and I can then replace it from here, which lets me either look at images I've already got or also upload a file from my PC to use that one as a new picture instead. And the same goes for any of these sections, the buttons, any of these little hovers. Again, we've got all quick access to edit any of the sections, the links and the text within them. So I'll close that down for now, just as a finish of that demonstration. However, so what we want to do is make it easy for yourselves also to add and update new content, a new page on the website. So rather than you have to design all the bits and worry about how it looks in the layout, we can create saved sections that you can drag and drop onto a brand new empty page or a blog post or a news article to create something that's exactly within the design and aesthetic you've already got without worrying anything at all about the design. So if I was to create a new page, I'm just going to call this one test so that I know exactly what I'm doing. On the left hand side, we've got saved items. So I've created some pre-saved blocks that are literally the same layout as some of the sections on here, and I can drag and drop these onto the right hand side, and testimonial beneath it, for example, and another one there. So I can create that, and if I preview it now to see what it looks like, you will see that already, without having to do any work, I've got some pre-designed sections that are laid out already that match the rest of the website. So you can quickly and easily then create website pages that you don't need to worry about the editing and the design. You can just drag and drop some of those pre-designed sections and build your content as you need to. Within there as well, so one of the key features we're keen on making sure is that editing frequently updated information is quick and easy, again, without you having to drop into the design of things. So on one of the more common pages that this might work for perhaps is the staff page or the governors, or wherever you've got maybe a list of staff or that type of information. So if we look at that page as an example, we've got, at the moment, I've got 3 example staff in, and they've each got all the way to holding image. I've got an image, their name, their position and an email address. So if I wanted to add a new member of staff within Page Builder Pro, again, I've got what you call dynamic content, and we've got a dynamic content group set up called staff, of which we could have multiples. There could be vacancies, time to anything that's got information in that you might want to change without having to edit the page too much. So if I want to add a new staff member, Mr. J Smith, I'm going to give him deputy head, and he is J Smith at .org.uk. I can set position as well. I can make him key staff. I can choose an image. I've got an example grey box as an example image there, and as soon as I save that, I've had to do no design work at all, just put that information in as quick as that one, and they will now show up on the staff page in exactly the same design structure that we've laid out here. So now I've got Mr. Smith at the bottom. I can, if I save and close that one, I can order the staff list by literally dragging Mr. Smith up so that he now becomes after the head teacher. So if I reload that page again, you'll now see that he's after the head teacher position. So I can rearrange that again without having to worry at all about the design, the layout, accidentally moving somebody the wrong place, whatever. So we could use a similar structure for, as I say, vacancies or anything else where you might change information quite regularly, but you don't want to drop into the design and start moving around too complicated things. It's a very quick and easy way for you to manage that type of change in information. Next one, which again is a really popular thing for schools to need, is a comprehensive calendar. It needs to be more than just, you know, an embedded Google calendar or something to that effect. We need to be able to add quite rich information to these so that your parents and perhaps staff can access this and look through. So by default, we can allow for searching, we can limit the dates, we can allow the month, the year, that type of thing to search for, and we can set up as many categories for calendar entries as you wish. After school club, parents' evenings as an example, holiday, trips, you know, whatever that might be. I've got two examples here. I'm going to click on the year 12 CERN trip, and if I want to, from within there, you can add as much information as you want, including maps, website links, attachments, and also the ability for people to just click and add this event to their calendar. So if this was a parent, they don't have to open the phone, edit it, they can literally click on this link and it will add it to their calendar without them having to do anything. You know, so plenty of options there to tailor that with as much information as you wish to. So this is all managed in the back end from a tool called ICAgenda. And I can look at the dashboard, for example, which shows me, you know, quick links to everything I want to do. I can add categories, I can add events, I can manage existing events. So if I add a new one, I can give it an example title, select the category that it goes into. I can select an image for this one. Again, a bit like before, I can either choose an image I've already got and select it, or it will let me also browse my computer and upload a new image for this one. I can, if I need to, set a date period, if it's say perhaps over a week. I can add a single date, so say it's only on one day and it's from 9:30 AM. Description, if I want to. I get the chance for a very short description, which is what shows up on this bit here. The event description is what shows up when you click an event and look through in that part there. Any further information I want, I can add contact details, maybe if it's a room, a specific room in your school or a year group. I can attach files, I can add contact details if it's a specific person to speak to, websites. I can use OpenStreetMap to put the map onto the page, which is a live map that people can view when they're looking at it. And as soon as I save and close that one, that will then show up on the calendar page as a new calendar entry. And I can click and edit any of those events in the same way as I did before. So I've got our example event there. Again, the dates and times are set. And I can go through here and literally click the event title to open it up and edit it if I want to change things, unpublish it, turn it off, change the dates, a picture, whatever. So that's all, very, very comprehensive, but also very quick and easy for you to use and update, and more importantly perhaps for your parents to use to look for information about what's up and coming at the school. Next one is the news section. So again, schools tend to have a very frequently updated news area. It could be a blog, news, head teachers bulletins, that sort of thing. And these are all done within the platform we use, which is called Joomla. These are all native articles. There's no additional software we need to do. So I can click on a new one, give it a title, or whatever you want to do. I can copy paste text in here. If I want to add a line break so that I get the read more, so that I don't get the full text, I can do that. I can select the category. If I've got multiple blog or news categories, I can change that one. I can upload an image for the cover. Is in school website. No, it's not. I can upload a picture to that cover. And I can, if I need to, I can set the publish date and the end publish date. So maybe this is a time sensitive article. Perhaps you're going to advertise a vacancy or mention something that's up and coming and that you don't want to be there after it's finished. Or maybe you want to set up all of your news articles now and they don't start publishing until a future date. So I can configure all of those as I need to in there. Otherwise, as soon as I save and close, and I go to the news section, that new article will be by default be at the beginning of the list, and over time as that builds up, so there's my new one, that will build up into a paginated list of as many pages and articles as you wish to keep in the archive. So it's a historical route for people to look back and see more, of what's been gone in the past as well. From there, another key part for schools again is policies, and certainly for parents, something like letters home, that type of thing. So the tool for this one is called Docman. So we can allow for as many categories of documents as you want. So that might be, as I mentioned, school policies, maybe different types of policies, information you might want to display, letters home to parents, whatever that may need to be for yourselves. So within here, I've already got some categories of documents that I can add things to. So if I click on a category and say perhaps policies, and I can upload batch group of files here. So I can click on upload school policies. So I've got some example PDFs that I'm going to use 6 of them here, and open. And this will upload one at a time. It will pull the title by default from the file name. However, I can, if I need to, edit the title to suit. So if the file name was a little bit unusual, whatever, I can change the title. And as soon as I save that, it will go through, publish each file, and perhaps more importantly, it will create a visual copy of the front page of that PDF or Word document. So this time what we get is, rather than just a list of policies, so if I go to the info on the policies page, I will see a grid of those new policies I've uploaded, and it's generated from that PDF file a copy of the front page as well. So I can click on it, so it's a bit more visual than just a list of documents, whatever it needs to be. So I can click on this one, it will open that PDF in a new tab, and I can view it in the browser or whatever PDF here I've got, and if I need to save it, print it, whatever else goes with it. I can, obviously over time this will build up into potentially quite a lengthy set of documents, so I can, if I need to, search in there, and it will look for matching file names. Obviously all of these match this time because they're all called policy, but it will search by title or description, and I can, if I need to, filter the category. So over time, as that builds up, parents get a very easy way of finding what they're looking for. The same goes for newsletters, that type of thing. So really that's kind of a quick run through of how the back end of managing the website works. Everything within there is designed, again, for yourselves to be as easy to use as you possibly can. Obviously, if you do choose to work with us, we're here for support all the time. Not only will we give you some dedicated training videos for your school and your setup, but you've got access to us by phone and email for anything else that you need to ask about. And if you need any additional training as well, we can arrange that through Zoom or Teams. In terms of a little bit more of the features, Joomla is a content management system we use and have done within our business for over 12 years now. And certainly my own experience of it is probably 25 years plus now. Joomla is an extremely secure, scalable and comprehensive content management system. So we don't have to add a lot of tools to it to allow it to do for schools what you need it to do. Behind the scenes, which you may not see from the front end and won't need to worry about, we've got a professional level backup solution. So every school website will be backed up every evening, and a copy will be taken up to our cloud storage and also downloaded to our local storage here in the office. And our server, which is dedicated for our clients only, is also backed up within itself overnight as well. So we retain 3 backup copies of your website, usually for 7-day history, that if ever we did need to, for whatever reason, we can roll back within 10 minutes of actually being asked to, as long as we've got our computer on at the time. We've got our cookies management, we've got our page speed tools. So the finished website, this would be enabled. Obviously when we're in development we don't do this, but this makes sure that your pages load fast and can also link up to our Amazon CloudFront's content delivery network, which again just enhance the page speed loading times for yourselves and for the visitors of your website. We also have not only the hardware firewalls and security on our server, but your website software is also protected by a software firewall within that prevents changes that are not supposed to happen from hackers, that type of thing. So beyond just what the website looks like and behaves like, we've also got a lot of protection behind the scenes to make sure that it's up to date and managed securely as we possibly can. So we manage all of the updates to the software across the first year and beyond if you retain our support. So we will keep Joomla up to date, we will keep all the extensions and plugins up to date on a regular basis, and if need be we will also inform you of any changes that may give features and benefits to you within the website. The final tool we've got available, which I didn't mention earlier on, but is there to use. One of the commonly asked features that we get is for pop-ups. So maybe you've got a new event coming up you want to advertise quickly to people that land on the website. The same tool that you use to manage the website pages and the dynamic content has also got Pop-up Manager. So you can quickly and quite easily create, again, image-based, text-based buttons that link to articles, whatever you need to do, and we can control how that item shows up. So we can select specific menu items it shows up on, entire site, specific pages. How does it behave? Does it show up on landing, on click, on hover after they've been open for more than 5 seconds? How long does it reappear after if they've seen the pop-up already? Do you hide it for a week and then show it again? Does it show up every single time? And there are plenty of templates and pre-designed layouts for this, or again we can work with you to create some custom designed pop-ups for you. So again, another bit of functionality built in. That means we don't have to worry about adding anything else in for you at any point. So hopefully that's a fair bit of a run through there. In terms of all of our designs, they are completely bespoke. We don't use templates or themes. Everything is designed for you and your audience, which is going to be your parents, prospective parents, pupils and prospective pupils, staff, and also potential staff that might want to come and work for you. So all of our focus is on delivering what you need your website to be and how your users need to access it and find the information that they want quickly and easily. Again, with that caveat that we also need to make sure that your staff within the school can keep it up to date themselves, without a lot of complexity in there. I hope this is of interest to you and you've enjoyed watching it. If you do want to reach out and speak to me about looking at a website for your school or academy, please do. I'm more than happy to jump on a free Zoom call and we can have a chat through what we can deliver. Thank you for watching and I look forward to hearing from you. Bye bye.